Hi, it's Danielle. This is my perfume journal where I document my love of perfume. So every month I do a little wrap up video of what I wore from my monthly perfume tray, what I wore the most over the course of the month, and then I talk about some of the highlights of the month for me. And April was a really good month. So first up, here's what was on my tray for April. It was a nice springy tray with a lot of florals. So I wore every single thing that was on my tray this month. I wore Belle de Grace from Fragonard, a very fluffy, sweet mimosa scent, a pillowy mimosa sitting on like a bed of sweet greens, such a wonderful perfume for spring. I wore the gorgeous Moody Purple Floral Pourpre d'Automne from Maison Violette, sadly discontinued because to me, this is like the perfect rainy day scent. It's kind of gloomy. It's dry, powdery purple florals, iris and violets, with just like this little bit of moss in the base to add some moisture to it. It's like the perfect perfume for those gray, drizzly spring days. I also wore Lost in the City from Miller Harris. This is like a really sharp, tart rhubarb green perfume with some Earl Grey and a whole bunch of like petrichor in it, which is the smell of like rain on pavement. It's fresh, but this one is also a little bit moody. I like a moody spring scent. I wore the Celebrity Perfume Still by Jennifer Lopez, which to me smells like a tall glass of cold iced tea. I wore a Drop Dissy, which is a beautiful dewy green lilac perfume with a very weird but wonderful plasticky smelling musk. And I wore the fabulous Trailing Arbutus from Darren Allen. This is a recreation of an original California Perfume Company formula that eventually became Avon, made with currently available materials. This is a wonderful powdery green soapy floral. It's very vintage smelling, and I think this is a great example of Darren Allen doing what Darren Allen does best. So, for my most worn perfumes this month, I found myself reaching for a variety of perfumes, and here is what I wore the most. One of my most worn perfumes this month was 1881 from Cerruti. This is an airy freesia and mimosa scent with wonderful sweet musks. It is clean, it is sweet, it is creamy. This is the triumvirate of awesomeness in perfumes for yours truly. I wore Still from Jennifer Lopez quite a bit this month. This was new to my collection in March. And to me, this smells like a tall, cold glass of unsweetened iced tea. But I have to say that Allie pointed out that she loves the rice wine note in Still. And after she said that, I can't not smell it anymore. It is wonderful. It adds like this little bit of extra acidity to the composition without making it turn bitter. So I really enjoyed wearing Still, and I think I'm going to continue enjoy wearing it into the summer months as well. I was borderline obsessed with wearing Burberry Brit, the EDT, this month. I am so happy to have this version of one of my longtime favorites in my collection. I've had the EDP for quite a while, and this was my second most worn perfume this month. This is Lime Almond Peony Vanilla. It is one of the best Fleur out there, and I think it's one of the best designer perfumes ever made. I consider this a classic, and for me, the EDT is perfect for spring and summer. The EDP, perfect for fall and winter. It's a little bit deeper, a little bit creamier, a little bit more vanillic. The EDT is a little bit fresher, but they have the same exact notes, the same exact profile, the same exact feeling. It's just such a delicious perfume. Not edible, but delicious. And I have not gotten tired of wearing the gorgeous Shalimar L'Essence in April. That beautiful Shalimar profile, that balsamic, ambery, just a little bit smoky, classic perfume with a double dose of bourbon vanilla, the 100th anniversary version of Shalimar that was crafted by Delphine Jelk. It is stunningly beautiful and one of my favorite nighttime scents. And my most worn perfume this month, as you can see by the fact that my little travel size decant is almost empty, was Burberry Goddess. I cannot seem to put this one down. This is spiced lavender vanilla. The spice comes from a little kick of ginger, which is especially prominent in the opening. It's just such a beautiful, bright opening. And then it also has like a little bit of a soft cacao note that accompanies the vanilla that makes it just relaxing and comforting and cozy, but also perfumey. And I love a perfumey gourmand. So I think this can only mean one thing, that this is definitely going to end up in my collection. And I would say that normally I would save a perfume like this for for warmer weather, but this is one that I am really enjoying for bedtime. So it's a great example of how like seasonality of scent doesn't always really matter. I can see myself loving this in the summer when we turn up the AC to full volume and get cozy under the covers. So this has been my most worn perfume during the month of April. So perfume highlights from this month. In mid-April, we had another fabulous and fun virtual meetup with about 20 of our perfume pals, something I started hosting in March and I plan to continue doing for a long time. We talked about what the last perfume was that we added to our collections. And the discussion was super lively, super fun, and we walked away with a whole shelf of new recommendations of perfumes that came from the group. And I turned all of those recommendations into a Parfumo shelf, which I will link to down below if you want to see all of the perfumes that we talked about in our meetup. So many great recommendations from a whole big group of amazing perfume enthusiasts. And then at the end of the month, we had the inaugural Perfume Journal Sniffalong, and the theme was a perfume fruit basket. And I have to say, there is nothing like smelling perfumes with other perfume enthusiasts. Usually, I'm just like shoving my arm in my husband's face and asking him, "What do you think this smells like?" And he always says, "Perfume." So to be able to smell new perfumes in real time with other perfume lovers is such a treat. And so this extension of my little channel here has been such an amazing addition to my favorite hobby. And I'm so grateful and so excited that people are interested in doing this with me. And I really hope I can expand on this in the future. And again, these are totally free. This is really about fun and community and enjoying perfumes together. So thanks to everyone who has been participating in these and hopefully will participate in these in the future, because this makes our favorite hobby extra fantastic. Okay, so on to perfume of the month and sample of the month. These were tough choices because I wore so many of my collection favorites and I sampled so much. So the perfume I have chosen for perfume of the month is Cerruti 1881. This was a difficult choice because I was so smitten and so taken with Still. I couldn't stop wearing Burberry Goddess, and I loved wearing Burberry Brit EDT this month. But in the end, I went with Cerruti, and the deciding factor for me was the source of the bottle. Since this came from a beautiful person, a beautiful friend, it came from Tammy. So Cerruti takes the title this month for being a beautiful surprise in more than one way. And for my sample of the month, I had to go with a perfume that has been on my mind since I sniffed it at Sephora, and that is Infusion de Santal Chai from Prada. This is such a fabulous addition to the Infusion line. It is a lovely chai sandalwood that's a little bit dry, a little bit creamy at the same time, with a bit of that Prada infusion, kind of like diffusive airiness that I get from the line. And I think this one is going on the wish list for fall. Okay, so kind of a short one today. I am wrapping up another great month in perfume, and I have to say, after all of the years that I have been loving and collecting perfume, the excitement for this is still going strong. I just really want to reiterate, since I'm here in like the YouTube space, the social media space, that I am not an influencer. I am not trying to get anybody to buy anything. And so I am here just to talk about what I'm smelling, what I'm enjoying, what I'm thinking about perfume wise. I am just a person talking about my favorite hobby, my favorite topic, and hoping you'll talk with me about it too. So just remember, you do not have to buy all the perfumes to be a perfume lover, a perfume person, a perfume collector, a perfume enthusiast. Don't let the FOMO get you, my friends. Just smell things, enjoy what you enjoy, buy what you can reasonably and responsibly afford, buy what you want to buy, not what other people tell you want to buy. And remember that the joy of the perfume is not in the wallet, it is not on the shelf, it is not in an Instagram picture or a YouTube video. It's in your nose, it's in your mind, and very, very often it is in your heart. And I hope that's what my channel always, always continues to reflect. So on that note, thank you for watching my channel. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for spending your time with me in this space. And thanks for chatting about perfumes with me in the comments. I hope these videos bring some fun to your world. I hope they enhance your enjoyment of perfume enthusiasm or your interest in perfume. And I really hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.